I am back. I am your host, Kimberly, and welcome to The Rope of Hope. This episode, I have Sierra with me. I've known Sierra for, six years?
Mm-hmm.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
And I've watched Sierra evolve into the woman you see before you now. But you've gone through some stuff, and we're going to get into that. But real quick, why don't you take a quick moment and just tell everybody who you are?
Okay. My name is Sierra. I am a Jesus lover, a boy mom. I work for a nonprofit organization for kiddos that are 0 to 3 with developmental delays. And then I also work in a facility as a QMAP for the older generation with dementia.
Nice. Well, I know when shortly after, I think it was either right after or right before, you and I met, you went through a very tragic loss.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the loss of your son. Can you share about that?
Yeah. So it was January 30th, 2015. And I went in for my scheduled C-section. I was 39 weeks, 6 days. And he no longer had a heartbeat. My pregnancy was normal. I actually went through about 4 years of infertility before I got pregnant with him. But my pregnancy was completely normal. So it was definitely unexpected. It was absolutely the worst time of my life. I did not know if I would survive it because it was hard. It was extremely hard. And I feel like everything that I knew to be true up to that moment was like shaken. Like I was really shaken to my core and just the person that I was at that time. I am no longer that person. I feel like my loss has kind of shaped me into who I am today, and I just see things differently. I feel like I'm even just a nicer person now. But it was really rough. There was no known cause. So the placenta and everything, there wasn't really a reason. That was on a Friday. The Wednesday before, I remember like not feeling him move as much because I remember like texting my mom like, "Mom, he's not really moving," and she's like, he's getting big in there, and I hadn't been pregnant in a long time, so I didn't really think anything of it. So I'm pretty sure he passed away like that Wednesday, but then I didn't realize until that Friday when I went in.
Now, I remember, shortly after it happened, you did post some pictures, and your son was beautiful.
Thank you.
Absolutely beautiful. And you have been blessed with another child since then.
Mm-hmm.
And he's another little boy, right? Yeah, because you have 2 boys. Am I correct?
Yep. All boys.
Okay. That's a lot of boys.
Yeah.
I'm a girl mom, so I don't know. I'm adjusting the boys with a grandson. I know you had some amazing people in your life that helped you kind of deal with all of it. What was the best thing that they were able to do for you during that time?
The best thing was just being there. I feel like when people go through loss, people don't know what to say. So they try to fill the silence with stuff that doesn't make it better. I had a lot of people say some really stupid things to me. Just that, I mean, their heart behind it was good, but it doesn't make me feel better to tell me the cliche things that people tell you when you go through a loss, like God needed somebody else in heaven and there's a reason and all those other things that they just don't make you feel better. Just having people there, I feel like looking back now, where I was like in the church and where I was with my friendships and like that is what held me through. Because a lot of it was like a blur. Right after, I don't even remember eating. I don't remember showering. I know I had people that obviously were with me, so I'm sure I showered and I ate, but it just it was just a fog. Like I don't remember. All I needed was people to meet the practical needs that I had.
Right. So, how scary was it getting pregnant after?
Oh, that was really rough. And especially towards the end of the pregnancy, because I lost Virtue at so late, the end of my pregnancy was horrible. Every doctor's appointment, I left crying because I would beg them to take him out, like from like 35 weeks and up. Like I would beg them to just take him out. And of course, they're like, no, we can't until like he's ready. So they took him out at 39 weeks, which it was a scheduled C-section. So that's how they always are. But it was really rough. Like I was monitored more and I had a really good doctor. So that made it good. And she even told me, like, if you just need to come in, we'll hook you up to the monitors, whatever we need to do, but we're not taking him out early.
Well, and I know you actually, for a little bit, and I know COVID has changed things, but you were going into a business to be able to help other mothers
Mm-hmm.
who went through this as well.
Mm-hmm.
Once things maybe go back to some semblance of normal, is that something you want to try to continue to do?
Of course, I feel like this is my calling and this is what I'm here for. Um, when I'm sharing my story or when I have other women who have experienced loss reach out to me, that's the only time I really feel like, okay, this is okay. Like it'll never be good. But I feel like there's purpose in it because I've had numerous women over the years reach out to me that I've had women who have experienced loss 20 something years ago and never spoke on it because of it. It's such a cliche topic. Women don't speak on it because of, I mean, I guess in a sense there's shame tied to it. Because I know I experienced my own shame and guilt and all those things, but I don't feel like there's really a place for women to kind of share their hurts in this world, especially like child loss, because we're women and we have to be strong and all this nonsense. So yeah, I feel like that gives me purpose. I've had so many women just reach out to me like during a miscarriage or right after losing their child or anything like that. And even if it's just like being on a phone conversation, just being able to, let them know like I know it hurts and I know you don't see like how you'll ever get over it and you'll never get over it, but I'm definitely not where I was then. It doesn't impact me as much as it did then. I still have my rough days, like I will for the rest of my life, but it doesn't keep me stuck like it used to.
So, were there, I know you had your friends there and you had your family. Were there any organizations or anything like that that you had as resources? Do they provide resources for that?
No, and that's why I wanted to start the business as a bereavement doula because like after I had him, they literally gave me antidepressants and sent me on my way. There was no, like they gave me a paper of like the medical terminology for it, which is stupid. But there was no support outside of that. It was literally like, here you go, here's some medication, and we're going to send you on your way to figure it out.
Wow, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's all I can say about that and be polite. Um, so, as somebody from the outside, how can somebody help a friend of theirs who may be going through this?
Um, I think giving space for them to grieve the way that they need to grieve. that's one thing that I always tell women that I come into contact with is never allow somebody to dictate how you grieve. You grieve the way that you need to grieve, and you don't feel sorry for it, and you don't like. I've always been open with it, and I feel like that's why I am where I am today because I've always been open. If I'm mad, I'm mad. If I'm sad, I'm sad. And that's just what it is. I feel like a lot of times we feel like we have to kind of mask our feelings for the comfortability of other people. So I feel like when you have like just that safe place of where I can be who I really am, like I don't have to sugarcoat it. I don't have to pretend like I'm okay. There were two main people that I was like that with, and that is my best friend and my mom. And it was my mom because like my brother was murdered when I was 17. So my mom went through it. And then my best friend, she just let me be like my crazy thoughts that I would have or my anger. She just was there. Like I could text her and be like, life is stupid and I hate it and whatever I needed to say. And she always, and even still to this day, like she's always validated my feelings and have allowed me to feel what I feel. And then when I'm ready to keep it moving, then I'm ready to keep it moving.
Well, I want to say how incredibly strong I think you are. I've thought that for years. As a mother, I don't know how you've done this because I don't know that I'd be strong enough. So I applaud your strength.
Thank you.
And I love you for that. I do have one final question for you.
Okay.
And this is the question that I ask everybody. Every episode before you has had this question. Every episode after you will have this question. What, throughout your entire life, what is the most inspiring thing that has ever been said to you?
I don't know. That's a tough question. I'm trying to think. Let me see. I'm just drawing a blank. I don't know what the most inspiring thing is. I'm so used to saying inspiring things. I don't really know. Maybe not the most inspiring thing that was said to me, but probably the most inspiring scripture that was given to me. And that was, well, that is Romans 8:28, which is all things work together for the good of those that love the Lord. And I feel like that's probably what has always inspired me to keep moving and keep going forward. And like the hope, and that verse has offered hope in my life.
I love that. I absolutely love that. Sierra, thank you so much for coming on the show. I hope you see Sharice's comments there for you.
I do. Of course she'd be here. 6 years later and she's still there.
You know, that's a good friend to have.
Yeah.
It's a very good friend to have. But thank you so much for being willing to come on my show, being willing to share your experience. And I'm just so very grateful.
Thank you for having me. And I mean, to anybody that views this and they just needed somebody to talk to, or they're experiencing loss, or they have a friend that is going through loss, like I'm 100% open to any conversations about it. My inbox on Facebook, my phone number, my email, whatever is needed, I am 100% open to those conversations with any women.
If you want to actually make a post on the Rope of Hope podcast page, not with any of your personal information, obviously, but just a link to your Facebook page, that would be great. Okay. And that way that resource is there for anybody who may need it.
Okay, I will do that.
Thank you so much, you guys. We are almost done with today's episode. There's one more left in the marathon that is launch day for the Rope of Hope podcast. If you are being moved by these stories, if you are being touched, inspired, encouraged, support me, keep me caffeinated, buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/this fat girl life. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys again here shortly.